Hey guys, what's up? It's Papega, and today I want to go over everything you can expect with the seasonal reset as far as what items you can keep, what items are going to go poof, and some of the new content we're going to touch on later on in the video. All of this is going to be according to the video editing and recording time, which was on July 25th. So keep that in mind as we move forward. So going into like what carries over, your character level is going to be reset back to level 1. I think that's something everyone was prepared for. Everyone knew that. So all of your memetics and things like that are going to be reset back to 1. So you're going to have to level up, unlock those meme points again, and then spend them accordingly. This also means your specialization, which is huge for people who, first started playing the game, like all of us who didn't play beta and didn't know kind of how the specializations worked as far as the RNG and what you get and stuff like that. So like right now on my character, I've really thought about creating a brand new character on a different client because I don't have enough reset stuff right now to get the things I want, and I know that they want to encourage like the socializing aspect, but I'll be honest, I socialize in this game very little. It's very reminiscent of World of Warcraft. Things can get kind of nuts in world chat, but it is what it is. So you're going to be able to go down a different specialization. The map is going to get reset. Apparently there's going to be a new map. That's what I've heard at the time of recording this. I don't think that's true. I don't know how that could be true. I don't think that's a very long-term plan for the developers to create a whole new map every 6 weeks, because remember, these events and scenarios are planned to be, the season reset is planned to be every 6 weeks. So we'll see how that goes. As far as what carries over, it's going to be all your big currencies. So Christogen, Mitsuko Marks, Stellar Planula, Sproutlets, Starcrom, all that stuff. That stuff's going to carry over. So if you have 10,000 Starcrom and the season resets, you'll still have 10,000 Starcrom. I think that was a big pain point for people because Starcrom is... It's not that it's hard to get, it's that it's tedious to get. Same with Sproutlets. My god, Sproutlets. That's my least favorite farm in this game right now, not including Mr. Wish, who I still don't have 57 runs into Sigma. But, it is what it is. Cosmetics are going to carry over, paid and free ones. That we all expected. You're not going to pay for something, and then you're not going to get it. This includes gear cosmetic, weapon cosmetics, expressions, name cards. All of that stuff is going to be included in the carryover. That's just baseline. Your gear blueprints, and this is a big one. A lot of people worried about this. We're going to get our gear blueprints, so if you've unlocked the SOCR rifle, you're still going to have the SOCR rifle. And apparently their ratings are going to stay the same. So things like if you have a rating 3 SOCR rifle because you've put blueprint fragments into it, you're still going to have the level 3 SOCR rifle. That's going to include blueprint fragments as well, so you can keep collecting towards blueprints that you're trying to unlock. Weapon accessories and mods as well are going to carry over. Next up, furniture formulas. Some of these are unlocked via memetics to unlock the ability to craft them. This includes furniture cosmetics as well. All of those are going to be kept, but you will have to level up and unlock that tree to craft those items again. So if you immediately start out and you're like, my specific lamp isn't available, you have to unlock the ability to craft, those style of items in the memetic tree, just like before you can see that blueprint show up. So keep that in mind. House blueprints, those will be retained. We're all kind of aware of that. But if you like your base, you like your house, make sure to save a blueprint of it now so you don't forget. And if you ever make any big changes, first thing do is save the blueprint again. Because I don't think it auto saves it every time you make changes. That wouldn't really make sense, but just keep that in mind. Personally, I'm going to save my blueprint, but I don't plan on using it unless I am just inundated with content and don't have time. But I really hate my base setup. It's really hard to move because it's very awkward. Like the shape of it is very awkward. So anytime I need to move it somewhere, it just causes fucking problems for me. So I'm probably going to be rebuilding from scratch, but I'm kind of looking forward to that. Next, friends list, as we know, that's all going to be retained. You're not going to lose your buddies. They're going to show up. And then this is probably the biggest one. So some essential resources are going to be able to be imported, and I don't mean through Eternaland. There is apparently an item transferring system that they're going to implement. There's going to be rules to it. They have not, at the time of recording, they have not gone over what these rules are going to be yet, but it looks like it's going to be medicine, materials, ammo, stuff like that. So like acid is what I'm hoping for, because I work very hard for my acid farm, and I don't want to lose all of that acid, because I know I'm going to have a whole bunch of it sitting around towards season reset, because I've pretty much done all the content the game has to offer at this point, and I'm starting to slow down as far as playing it goes. So once I know what the rules are for item transferring, I'll update you guys with another video. Next is Eternaland. This one I'm going to be kind of brief on. I personally don't like Eternaland. I don't like the idea of it. I don't care about it at all, and there's a lot of things about it that really bother me. So, like, why do I have to give real-world stuff to earn currency to craft things in Eternaland? When I say real-world, I mean, like, the game world outside of Eternaland. That really bugs me. I'm also not a builder in games, so having a place where I can build and it never go away doesn't do anything for me. If there's a big benefit to Eternaland that I'm missing out on, please let me know. I understand there's a lot of people who are big builders and they like the idea of it, so I'm not saying they should remove it. I just personally don't really jive with it. Obviously, Eternaland is eternal. You're not going to lose any progress there. So, as you know, you're going to be able to invite your friends to hang out in Eternaland with you as well. If you want to throw, like, Discord parties or something like that, that's an option. And then we'll kind of go over the very tiny amount of, content we have as far as, like, what we're going to get. And this is all coming from an IGN article. So the PvE scenario is supposed to have new survival elements. The official Once Human website mentions an upcoming PvE scenario ranging from the desolate eastern wilderness to the frigid northern mountains. I don't know about you guys, I'm pretty excited about that. I typically don't like snow in video games, but I like it in survival games. Now, if you haven't noticed, if you swim in this game for too long, it'll say that your character begins to get chilly. So what I'm expecting is when they say new survival elements, it's going to be a temperature system, obviously, and I hope that they implement it into your territory as well. So hopefully you can build heaters that use very little power, because holy shit, I've got enough things that use power. I do not want fucking 10-watt heaters just to make sure I don't fucking die out there. I'm just saying that right now, developers. If you somehow listen to this, don't fucking put that in. I'll be pissed. But I would like a heater thing, even if 1 watt. 1 watt would be fine, because it would make sense. I understand it's electric. So I'm excited about that. And then the PvP scenario is going to be centered around faction confrontations and agency. The official site mentions an upcoming PvP scenario in September featuring 2 factions, the Mayflies and Rosetta, who are competing to use the powers of unique prism deviations. Now, this sounds cool to me. I'm wondering if you'll be able to choose a side. Obviously, canonically in the story right now, we are a part of the Mayflies. Now, I'm not a big story person or a lore person, so I don't know the implications of that. Excuse me. But imagine you could choose to be with Rosetta and you fight against Mayflies. That would be pretty cool. And then that means you could go into, like, Rosetta-owned territories. And you wouldn't get attacked by them, and then obviously vice versa. So, like, if you were to go into a Mayfly, like, say, Blackfell, you would have to fight the NPCs there, and if there are any players there, like, if you're trying to loot it, other players would be able to stop you. I think that'd be pretty cool, but again, I've never played on a PvP server in this game, so I have no idea what they do over there. I've heard that it's like PvP light, like you can just turn PvP off and not engage with it, which I think is a little silly. I think if you're choosing PvP, you should be forced into PvP if there are, options to not do it, such as a PvE server. So, they also, as the last tidbit, they also mention the potential for permanent scenarios in the future. I like the idea of this. I've said since I started playing Once Human that I like the idea of seasonal resets. However, I don't like the way they're going about it. I think they should take a page out of Diablo's book here, and I get they're very, very different games. But in my one brain cell non-developer head ass, I would like to see the option to choose seasonal and non-seasonal characters. Seasonal characters get cosmetics, maybe titles, I don't know, something so that people in the world can say, wow, this person grinded their ass off just to lose a character, but look at the dope cosmetics they got. I'd like to see something like that. That way the rest of us who just enjoy an MMO survival type game, or an MMO light survival type game, can do that without, any issues whatsoever. So, I mean, that's all the information I have regarding the updates. I'm sure there's more. I'm sure I'm missing some of it. I do implore you to check out their Discord channel, because they release constant information in there. It's almost hard to keep up. And don't forget to check out their Steam page, which they recently just released a Q&A about certain things, including Cortexes and StarCrom and things like that. So until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Papega, and mwah.